Welcome to my channel. My name's Leilani. You could also call me Lay. Today I want to talk to you about Dracula, this series that is currently on Netflix. It is a 3 episodes. It is 3 episodes, and they're each like an hour and a half long. And I think the tagline, what was the tagline? Hold on. I have the tagline somewhere. Don't mind my background. Okay, the tagline of this freaking movie is, "The legend gets some fresh blood." Yeah, I have it in a notebook. I wrote down my thoughts because this show had so much potential. It's ridiculous. The first episode was, I don't want to say amazing, but it had things that kept me on my seat, that kept me interested. And I was like, ooh, right when we hit the ending, I don't want to like give no spoilers, but right when we hit the ending and we find out who the nun is, I'm like, you did something. You done did something. And then episode 2 happened. And I was like, you did something. And then episode 3 happened. And I was like, oh, you did something. You did something bad. You should take it back, trash it, rewrite it. Because I don't know how he came from episode 1, which I was like, this is great potential here, to trash. I sat this, binge watched it with my best friend. And I was like, we both looked at each other right after episode 3. And we were like, what just happened? Because we don't know what the hell happened. I'm gonna give you what I liked. This is what I liked. The fact that we actually get to see Dracula old. And I was like, damn, he's ugly. Doesn't really matter. And then there was this whole thing looking like flies. I was like, that shit's disgusting. This might be a spoiler. I don't think so, because it's like in the first second of the freaking first episode. The freaking fly on the dude's face disturbed me to my core. I didn't like it, but I enjoyed watching it, but I didn't like it. This nun, I didn't know, I don't want to say her name because I don't think they mention it in like any description. So I won't say her name. But the nun, when we find out who she is, I was like, ooh, bless, right? Because I didn't know whether to think, like, I didn't know if I should think she was stupid because she was like antagonizing Dracula. And I was like, yo, he's like ancient, immortal, and you're just gonna be here talking mess? But then I also was like, yo, you're here talking mess and you in his face and you're like, you don't care. She's the whole epiphany or the reason of I don't give a you know what I'm saying? So she was A+ in the first episode, right? So what I like the series in general, I like the fact that, I like it. What I think is creative is when Dracula sucks somebody's blood, when he gets in your system, he basically gets your life. Like age-wise and like detailed-wise. Like he knows who you are, what your characteristics are, and then he embodies them. And I was like, genius. We love it. We appreciate it. Then episode 1 was the best one so far. I don't want to give any spoilers, right? Because I don't know what parts are spoiled. But I was like, episode 1 is great. That's most of the stuff I liked. All of the things I just mentioned basically is all in episode 1. Episode 2, we're moved to a different location. This is basically the premise of the freaking series. Dracula trying to go to England. That's it. From Transylvania to England. Took him, I don't know how old he is, how long it took, but that forever. Second episode, we're in a new location. He's sitting down and he's talking about his past. Okay, he's talking about his past. He's giving us a story, and I'm like, I'm here for reliving Dracula's dark days. Let's hunt down some people. Interesting. There's a twist. I don't know if it's a plot twist. And I was like, oh, that makes sense. But also, I was like, oh, I didn't see it coming, but I seen it coming. And I was like, okay, cool. The second episode was lagging, like some stuff. I don't understand what's like. You could have been killed Dracula. Easy, stake him. You could have been everyone he came in contact with. Had the opportunity to kill him, and they didn't. All they did was talk mess. Like, and then I was like, okay, episode 2 was fine. It was fine. I was like, episode 3, something's gonna happen. Okay, something's gonna happen. Trash happened. Trash happened. I don't know who thought. This is a spoiler, I guess, but it's in modern times now. And no, I'm not here for it, because it felt like everything that previously just happened in the first 2 episodes, which are an hour and a half long, meant nothing. It was all gone. Like, despite knowing, like, oh, this person's name's mentioned and this person's name mentioned, it was gone. It was trashed. And I was like, I don't understand what's happening. I literally had to pause the freaking the show, and I was like, maybe, Netflix did something wrong. Maybe they just, when sometimes a TV show's over, Netflix immediately goes to a different show that you might want to watch. I'm thinking that's what Netflix did. It went to a different show that they assumed I would want to watch. No, I paused at episode 3. Whole different dynamic, whole different situation. Made complete nonsense, just like the words that are coming out my mouth. Because I don't know what was happening here. Like, it's ridiculous. I didn't like it. I don't appreciate it. There's like, the subject about death. There's one particular scene that I don't want to spoil, that I wish I could spoil, that I'm like, that's an interesting concept of, like, when people die, where are their souls? What are their souls doing? Like, when you get buried or when you get cremated and all this other stuff. That concept, I liked. Language. The execution of it. They should have just executed season 3. They should have just threw it away, never made it. It was like completely different writing. I don't understand. This is just my thoughts. I just want to give you my thoughts. Okay, so if you watched Dracula, the series, and if you enjoyed it, tell me what you enjoyed, because I enjoyed some aspects. Most aspects, I didn't. But if you enjoyed it, let me know what you enjoyed. If you didn't, I don't want to spoil, but I want to know, like, what didn't you like? Because it's a valid point. So if I'm gonna give like a rating out of like 5 stars, I'm gonna give it like a 2.5, and that's me being nice, because there's some, episode 1 was it. I would just watch episode 1. That's my opinion. Okay, have a nice day. If I just want to know what your thoughts were.